YouTube. You clicked on the link. You know what you're here for. Today we're going to be talking to someone who's had an amazing weight loss story, and that somebody just happens to be my mum. G'day, Mum. How you going?
G'day, Joel. I'm good.
That's good. So I've got a few questions for you that everyone wants to know. Let's get straight into it. Who is your favourite son, and why is it me?
I've got 3 adorable sons, and they're all my favourite. So you're a favourite as well as the other 2.
Oh, she's practiced that, I'm sure. Okay, now let's be serious. What everyone wants to know is, how much weight have you lost?
I've lost 20 kilograms. Not sure what that is in pounds.
I think it's about 50 pounds, let's say, give or take.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And how long did it take you to lose the weight?
I started 1st of February 2022, and I weighed in at 60 kilograms, from 80 kilograms down to 60 kilograms in August 2022.
So just quickly do the math. It's about 8 months, yeah?
7 months, yeah.
Okay, and so what's the secret? What have you been doing to lose the weight?
Dr Michael Mosley's Fast 800 Keto diet plan.
Tell us a bit about the Fast 800. What's it entail?
He suggests you keep your calorie count between 800 and 900 a day, low carbohydrates, high protein. So keep your protein above 50 grams and your carbohydrates below 50 grams a day. He also suggests doing fasting, and the one I chose was the 8-10. So I have 2 meals a day, lunch and dinner.
Great. And how long did it take on the Fast 800 before you started to really notice a change?
The first month I lost 5 kilos, and I noticed the change. My clothes were looser and I felt a lot better, but I didn't get any compliments, or not very many people would have noticed.
And so have you done other diets before, and how's this diet been different for you?
I have done a lot of different diets over the time. I had discovered by going low carbohydrates before that it works for me.
That 6 to 8 month period that you've been losing the weight, what have you been doing in your lifestyle, and were there any challenges in that period that you had to work through and still maintain the weight loss?
Probably we live in a lifestyle village, so there's a lot of drinking and partying and events. So in his book, he suggests to avoid alcohol for at least the first 6 weeks. So I did that, and I think that was a big help.
Now, Mum, that question was a plant. You were supposed to say, oh, during that 8 month period, I came to Canada and visited my child and his wife and my grandkids, and I had a great time, and I wasn't tempted at all by all the food and alcohol and the partying that we did. Have another go.
Well, yes, we've been on holidays in those 7 months, and had 2 months in Canada with the family, and that was I found I had the motivation not to be tempted to have drinks, or had the odd alcoholic drink, I must say, which I've been trying to avoid, and stayed away from pastries and anything with carbohydrates, breads, pastas, rices. But you can still eat like that. You can have the main dish without any pasta. You can have the meat portion, the protein part, without rice, without bread. So I was lucky that I had a supportive family, and while we were there, because they didn't try and tempt me too much. I thought they were very good, and I lost 3 kilos while I was there in Canada.
So you went on holiday and you kept losing the weight following the Fast 800 diet that you'd been on?
Yes, and still having 2 meals a day.
And you found this particular lifestyle, let's call it, with a 16 and 8 fasting protocol, low carbohydrate, high protein meals, with a cap of around 800 to 900 calories, you've been able to lose the weight and sustain that weight loss even in periods of such things as holidays and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Losing, I would have been satisfied just to stay the same. I just was determined not to gain weight. And before I left, I was a bit concerned about that, and I said to my husband, your father, Pat, I hope I don't lose weight while we're away. I hope I don't gain weight while we're travelling, because it's been, I've been doing so well. And he said, well, all you have to do is eat meat and
And so we've got some before and after photos here. I'll put them somewhere on the screen for people to see. When you look at that photo, those photos, how does it make you feel about both physically, how do you feel, and emotionally, how do you feel since you've lost the weight?
I can't believe how big I was. I thought, I thought I would get overweight by the scales, but I never felt as big as I really was until I had a look at a photo. And I don't have a lot of photos, so maybe subconsciously I didn't want my photo taken because I was so big. I don't know. I never sort of physically said that to anybody or myself, but now when I started looking at pictures, I didn't have many. And I thought, oh, maybe that was the secret thing in my brain saying don't get photographed was so big. But now, happy to be photographed. I get lots and lots of compliments for people, especially coming back from being over there for 2 months. Suddenly people really notice the change in my shape and my size. So that's been really, makes you feel really good about yourself and keeps you motivated to keep the weight off.
And am I correct in saying that you predominantly just focused on what you're eating? There was no crazy exercise. You weren't doing CrossFit. You weren't training for a marathon.
No. Your weight is 80% what you eat and 20% exercise.
I know when we went on our road trip through Alberta in Canada, I guess here's a boast for you. Out of all of the grandparents on the trip, you were the only one to walk to the lookout with me at Lake Louise. I thought that was a pretty good achievement. You're not necessarily in your prime these days, Mum.
No, and I'm not. I wouldn't put myself as being fit, but yeah, it was not easy, like breathlessness, but other than that, I made it. And I've noticed my knees behave more normally now. When you're carrying another 20 kilograms, that's a lot on your knees and your ankles.
Yeah, so definitely. What advice would you have for anybody wanting to get started on their weight loss journey?
I think just be motivated to stick to it and give it 6 months. Don't just say in a month, I haven't lost enough weight. It's not going to come off in a month. It took a long time to put it on. It's going to take a long time to take it off. So don't expect too much too soon.
It's good advice.
Yeah. I've got one more point that some people might find interesting.
Okay.
I'd had an abdominal scan before I started the diet, which showed that I had fat around my liver. And then they asked me to come back in 6 months and have another scan. Well, I did that, and it had all gone. My liver was back to normal size. So that's another outcome that's important, especially as, in my age group.
Excellent. Excellent. Hopefully your story and this story can motivate some people. It certainly motivated me. You know that since you've been here that I've been trying to lose weight myself, and when I come home to visit you in Christmas, hopefully I have managed to achieve some of my goals, which I've talked about in other videos. So yeah, Mum, thanks for your time.